Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. The big question that's been on a lot of people's mind throughout the whole Scarlet and Violet era is when is the next Evolving Skies coming out? And what people I think essentially mean by that is when is that Hollywood set coming out which is just going to take people by storm? You know, the set that has 10 plus chase cards over, 30, 40, 50 US dollars. When is it going to have 3 or 4 just top tier chase cards that are well and truly over $100 or $150? When is that set going to come out where the demand for it is just so strong that it just puts so much upward pressure on both singles pricing and sealed pricing that it really takes that similar trajectory that Evolving Skies did? I think that's what people basically mean by when is the next Evolving Skies set coming out. And the big question is it Surging Sparks? Now, I'm going to get into that in just a second, but we do actually have a video sponsor today, and that is a new mobile app by the name of Shiny. The guys reached out to me. This app has just launched, so I'm going to give it a plug. Just a quick video here to show you. It's very easy to use. It looks really clean. I've downloaded it. I've got a separate account, but this is just to show you how to use it. I'm starting to add all my singles and all my sealed in. As you can see, you can add singles. You can spin them around, like they have a 360 view of them, which is really cool. Pricing wise, you can put in not only raw pricing, but you can choose what company's graded the card, what grade it's got. So it'll have, CGC in there, it'll have Beckett, it'll have PSA for argument's sake. You can add sealed product in as well. And there's not just Pokemon, there's heaps of other TCGs in there, like One Piece for argument's sake, which is hugely popular at the moment. And it'll show you data. Now, this app has only been out for just over 3 months. So it's only got 3 months of data, but obviously as time goes by, that'll tick on and keep going. So I'll leave a description in the video description, giving you links to download the app from both the Apple Store and Google Play. So, hey, it's really clean and so easy to use, and it's a breeze. And it makes, tracking your digital collection and what the value is of it super easy. Anyway, on to today's video, Surging Sparks. Now, just to give you a little bit of background, there's going to be approximately, 180 cards plus secret rares. And it's made up of a couple of things, some promo cards and 2 Japanese sets, Paradise Dragona and Supercharged Breaker. And this is the one everyone's been talking about. For probably the last literally 6 or so months, people have been going, we've heard in the grapevine there's been a slogan of Paradise Dragona. Is that going to be the Evolving Skies? Is that going to be the super strong dragon set that everyone's been waiting for? Now, to give you a little bit of background before it, even if you read the blurb, this is the English version for Scarlet and Violet's version, the blurb for Surging Sparks is something along the lines of, Pikachu as a stellar EX form, lights up the shoreline, revealing, a parade of dragon Pokemon on the shoreline. It's something along those lines on the blurb. So it tells us a couple of things, and hence the word Surging Sparks, that, we're going to have that electric side of things with Pikachu, but then it's revealing the whole dragon side of it. And hence, the 2 sets, Paradise Dragona and Supercharged Breaker. Like, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure that part of it out. Now, the big questions from, I suppose, an investing standpoint is this the next Evolving Skies? And look, I've seen some comments on various different sites, including, Reddit's forum, the Poke Investing forum, people saying, is this the best you can do? Like, is this... Now, keep in mind, the set is poised to have 23 illustration rares and 11 special illustration rares. And so far, we've had, 3 trainers revealed, 8 illustration rares, and 3 of the illustration rare trainers, and then we've had 3 of the special illustration rares revealed out of the 11. So we still have Pokemon left to show. So it baffles me that people can judge something poorly already. In my opinion, in my eyes, this set looks really good. It does. Now, I suppose to back up that point about the reason why I think it looks really good is let's just have a look at a couple of the chases that have been presented to us so far. The chase, that's what makes a set. I've said it 100 times. When you look at expected booster box value for a set, and I've done videos on this with equations, it is really the 10 chase cards, so the total value of the top 10 chase cards, multiplied by the rarity of the set. And you can go back through my videos and find it. I don't need to go into that, but what I want to go into is the chase cards. That's what makes a set special. And we can see the demand for Twilight Masquerade literally based off one strong chase card. Yes, the Carmine's really nice, and yes, there's some other chase cards that are worth good value, but people are chasing that Greninja. That's what people are opening it for. That's what people are cracking Twilight Masquerade, and it's putting upward pressure on box prices because people want to find that Greninja. Now, of course, lots of things come into the equation. What a pull rate's going to be like in Surging Sparks, we don't know yet. We need to wait for that information to come out. But when it comes to chase cards, so far they look really, really good. So special illustration rare-wise, we have Alolan Executor in its Terra form, which, in my opinion, is a really, really good-looking card. I like that card. Now, when you search on different sites and what makes a Dragon-type Pokemon, some places say that, Executor is a grass/dragon type. Other places say, it's a grass, just a grass type or grass poison type. But I suppose for this circumstance, we're going to list it as a grass dragon, aren't we? But there you go. Who would have thought that? And the other ones, okay, we have forgive me for probably pronouncing this wrong, Archaludon EX Special Illustration Rare. That's also a really, really good looking card. And of course, we have the big hitter, the Latias EX SIR, which coincides with the artwork of the illustration rare version of the Latios EX. Now, those two sort of match up in this nice little picture, which I really like Pokemon doing. They've done it in a couple of places. I think we had it in Paldea Evolve where a couple of cards matched up, and we've seen it before. Now, the success that the original Sun and Moon, Latios and Latias Special Illustrator, or what were they called back then? I suppose alternate art, tag team alternate art is probably what they were called, really. That had so much success. Not so much when it first came out, but, after 24 months or 48 months, that just absolutely went to the moon. We know how strong a chase card that is. Are these going to piggyback that success a little bit? And I suppose the other side of it, some of the other illustration rares, what do we have? Vibrava in there. I really, really like that. Does that mean we're going to get a Flygon Special Illustration Rare? And this was leading to my next point. So far, I'm really, really liking the illustration rares and special illustration rares. And not to mention the Lycia that's in there as well. Like, Lycia back in different eras has gone for huge money as a chase card. So that could well be a very, very strong waifu chase card inside this set as well. So what I'm getting is I really, really like the current list we've got. And moving on, the additional Pokemon, we're still waiting on a few to come out, aren't we? So what is there? Probably over 90 Dragon-type Pokemon all up in the whole, I suppose, the whole world, for lack of the whole Pokemon universe. What are we going to get? Are we going to get a Rayquaza? I highly doubt it. That's probably unlikely in my opinion. It hopefully just means that we see it next year, because to be fair, leaving Rayquaza out for a whole era of Pokemon is a kick in the teeth, isn't it? That would be such a shame if we left out Rayquaza. Dragonite? Are we going to get a Dragonite? Look, there's EX version, I think, of a Black Kyurem's been showed so far. Are we going to get a special illustration rare of Black Kyurem? Kingdra's made an appearance as a promo just recently for Shrouded Fable. That's a water/dragon type. Are we going to get a Kingdra in there? Salamence, Haxorus. There's so many. Even Giratina is technically a dragon ghost type, isn't it? So, there's so many dragon type Pokemon that could be added, and it's really exciting to see. I would be surprised if we don't see a Flygon. Considering we got a Vibrava in there as an illustration rare, it would be a shame if we didn't get a Flygon special illustration rare. That should be a no-brainer, shouldn't it? And hopefully that's a beautiful looking card. So I guess I'm really, really excited to see what it brings. And so far, from what I can tell, it looks good. So is it going to be the best Scarlet and Violet era booster box set so far? Well, from looking at it from the outside, quite possibly so far. Is it the next Evolving Skies? Time will tell. Let's see what other illustration rares and special illustration rares we get. In terms of the products and burnout, I just want to touch on one final thing before we wrap up the video. A lot of people are saying, shops haven't even seen Shrouded Fable yet. We haven't even got our Elite Trainer Box allocation of that yet. And this set's already coming out. Stellar Crown's about to hit, and then we're already talking about Surging Sparks coming out later in the year. I think it goes into competitive play November 24th or something. So it's literally, 2.5 months, 3 months around the corner. And we haven't even seen, stock of Shrouded Fable, and Stellar Crown's about to hit shelves. There's just too many sets coming. And you know what? There almost is, because for probably the last, since the start of, and even towards the end of XY era, so probably the last 7-8 years, it's Well, Pokemon has released 5 sets, 6 sets, 5 sets, 6 sets on the calendar year. And you know what? Last year, so 2023, we had 6 sets released. And this year, 2024, we're also having 6 sets released. So it is the first 24-month block where we haven't seen 11 Pokemon card sets, but we've seen 12 Pokemon card sets. So you are right in thinking or commenting that there's been so many sets and maybe a little bit of set fatigue coming out. And, you know, with that, we haven't seen that before, you know, that 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6 to now get 12 inside a 24-month block. It almost only, I suppose, cements the fact for me from an investing standpoint that some of those earlier Scarlet and Violet sets will not get reprinted. And I've done videos on reprints recently, and I just feel with the volume coming out, with Shrouded Fable still, you know, issues around that and hitting shelves, Stellar Crown just around the corner, Surging Sparks, which is arguably going to have a heap of demand for it because it's a half dragon-based set. I just feel something, whether it's Obsidian Flames, whether it's Paldea Evolved, whether it's Temporal Forces, whether it's Paradox Rift, that just one or a couple or maybe even 3 of these booster box based sets won't get a reprint. I feel somewhere 1 to 3 of them won't get a reprint. That's just my thoughts. I could be completely wrong. Now, to finalize the video and talk through some of the products, yes, Surging Sparks is a main Pokemon card set. So we're going to get booster boxes, we're going to get Elite Trainer boxes, and on Elite Trainer boxes, how good does that Magneton promo look? Whew, that's a good looking card. Shame it's not a chase card inside the set because, you know, I really like what they've done here, this combination of Supercharged Breaker and Paradise Dragona, that electric / dragon type set. We could have had an Electabuzz in there as a special illustration rare. We could have had that Magneton as a chase card as a special illustration rare. Again, we need to wait for the full set list. I'm not saying they've missed tricks here yet because I will hold it until we've seen the full set list and full chase cards. But to summarize, currently I really, really like what I'm seeing. I'm super excited for the set. Will it be the next Evolving Skies from a investing standpoint? Probably unlikely. That set's just such an anomaly and it's such a beautiful Pokemon card set. But I think this one will go down as either the best or one of the best main set Scarlet and Violet sets so far. And I would definitely suggest picking up a case or at least a booster box of Surging Sparks to add to your portfolio and your collection. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz, and I'll catch everyone next time.